the real science that where there is a fungus that does affect different insects in the Amazon jungle. I believe it's the Amazon jungle. It might be other places around the planet. But the fact is that particular fungus infects an ant, for example. The spores infect the ant and then take control of its motor functions.
Right.
It makes the ant climb up. So if you imagine on the forest floor, you've got an ant's nest, ant's hill, then this particular fungus literally forces the ant to climb up above the nest and grip onto a twig or stick that's over the top of the nest. And then these spores grow within the ant and then erupt from its back into like these mushrooms.
Wow. God.
And then they cascade spores down onto the ant nest, and that affects the rest of the ants, which then go off and do the same thing, and that's how it spreads itself. And I'm just trying to see through my notes.
Damn, nature, you're scary.
Yeah, because there's always this idea that nature's kind of presented as a nice, happy thing.
Yeah, it's a war zone.
With little bunnies running around, enjoying themselves, eating carrots.
Ophiocordyceps, I'm probably not pronouncing it.
Phalaenus cordyceps?
Cordyceps, yeah. It's a genus of fungus that has more than 200 species.
Jeez.
And people are finding more and more all the time. Many of these fungus can be dangerous, and they often become toxic to animals. But yeah, it's that particular type of fungus actually does create zombification within those species, and I do believe that they are specific there. Each one of the fungi strains only affect a particular insect.
And that's what is actually featured in the movie.
Yeah, in the movie, they've kind of jumped. They've said, that fungal infection has... And then it doesn't get explained in the book either, but it's jumped into the human.
It's evolved to a human level.
It's jumped species. So when that fungus affects human beings, they become infected with this fungal cordyceps, and then they themselves pass it on, obviously, zombie genre by biting people, and then they infect others, and so the fungus spreads.
And didn't they gather in kind of like tall places over
Yeah,
buildings
I mean,
and
that was
stuff?
one of the things we had to do, didn't we? We had to stand there, and when there's no humans around for them to spread the fungus to, they literally stand in groups, slowly swaying, if you imagine like grass in the wind, just swaying, but they react to sound. As soon as they hear a sound,
so they
focus,
react to a stimuli,
yeah, the sound. They suddenly focus straight on that sound and literally hack it to wherever that sound is until they spot what's created the sound. And
Yeah, because that's interesting, because another instance similar to that where they react to sound, but instead it's... sound. Yeah, it is. That's in Train to Busan.